Apparently we are having a 17-metre tall fruit sculpture after all then. Yeah. Right then, time to upgrade another of New Zealand's airports. This time it's Cromwell Racecourse NZCS. Now that has changed quite a bit since my last scenery for there, so definitely worth doing. But before we get to that one, there's now two airfields all in this one package. The first of them is this place, which is Cromwell Aerodrome NZCW, which is a bit dull and boring. There's nothing here. I've even had to move it a bit so the terrain is flatter. In real life, there's one of those circular farmers' fields at the north end now, but that doesn't show up on the Lindemann Ortho, fortunately, as that's where the flat bit is to put the runway. So, it's not great. It does exist. There is an NZCW Cromwell airfield. It's roughly in this location, and now it's in Explain as well, but seriously, don't bother coming here. It's rubbish, and the other one, Cromwell Racecourse, that's much better now. So that's where we'll go and have a look next, as that's the only one I'm ever going to bother using if I decide to have a trip here. It's a Cromwell Racecourse airfield. There's now a lot more hangars since I made the last scenery for this one, and I've custom made those so they do look something like the real thing, which is actually here. I've also had a custom tweak of the town of Cromwell too. Still mostly generic roads and buildings and things, but I've been playing the strings of those so that the residential type stuff appears where it should, and industrial areas are in roughly the right places as well. And there's also a custom fruit sculpture. For God's sake. Right, touch and go. And as you probably know, there's two runways here in an L shape. 0927, and this one we're heading for now, which is 1836. Hello, or goodbye. Coming over this farm here, which I'm guessing grows fruit. Cromwell is known as the fruit capital of New Zealand, and in fact in 2021 there was a guy who was found with a small patch of potatoes which he was growing in his back garden for himself. He was chased out of town by the other residents, and the potatoes were quickly dug up and destroyed and replaced with, I think it was some cherry trees. Those are the new hangars I've built, all nice custom ones. Then just down here is the motorsports park. Not actually tried landing on the track yet, but apparently they have had at least one fly-in there, where one of the straights became a runway for the day. Not sure which straight it was, but I'll give it a go. It's going to be more interesting landing there than the first airfield we went to, let's put it that way. And as there has been a fly-in there, I suppose technically that's 3 airfields in the scenery now. Right then, we'll go back and actually land this time. Yeah, with the runways, this is all about keeping away from those hills. 1836 both have circuit directions over the town. For 27 you can land on it but not take off, and 09 it's the other way around, so you can take off on that runway but landing on 09 is prohibited. So let's go and land on the prohibited runway 09, shall we? Yeah, honestly, I can see why this would have restrictions in real life, but it's not too bad, really. Okay, maybe some kind of straight-in approach would be a bit more awkward, but coming in sideways like we did and then making the turn onto finals, it's not too challenging if you did want to give it a go yourself. Down and all good. And turn past this pile of sand, which is totally realistic and is there in real life, and it is in no way a cheap and easy way to cover up a plain image on the ortho pictures. Honestly, that's what it was. Oh, they have a new fuel area as well, which looks something like this. Okay then, so that's our upgraded NZCS Cromwell racecourse scenery, with assorted custom stuff, so it now looks much more realistic to what is here in real life these days, and it's definitely a big improvement on the old scenery. NZCW Cromwell, that's included in the package, so you get that whether you wanted it or not, but don't bother landing there. The motorsports park, where you could also land, that's there if you wanted it. A tweaked and changed town of Cromwell, which you shouldn't land on, and a custom fruit sculpture. That was a right pain in the backside to make as well. I mean, seriously, who wants a fucking fruit sculpture? And anyway, usual place, my mega folder, you'd go and find it there, and I'll see you again soon at somewhere with slightly less fruit involved. Bye.